It's our time to shine. Show that's the kind of state of mind you gotta combine with hard work and time. You gotta climb to the top. Don't let yourself drop till your heart stops. Let this beat rock. Got a new clock and a new stock for this new rock. Just let your mind loose from the new stock. Drunk off the goose, thinking that I'm too pop. Getting caught with a few thoughts cause I'm too lost. Off the speakers can't even handle me. Giving what I got, nobody's gonna drain my energy. And I will never stop, I'm motivated by enemies. Setting up shop so everybody remember me. And no, I am not going through life regretfully. I'd rather work non-stop, what they call incessantly, than work some more job just to live life pleasantly. Already got lost in my mind, not a fantasy. I'm getting with a forgotten soul, so stop, drop, and roll. You lost all control and pop off your balls. I got squat, I fold. I'm not bought, I'm sold. My stock rocks, it's gold. Hey, knock, knock, she holding shit. Talk to close, I ain't stopping though. It's hip hop, you know, or is it rock and roll? I'm not dropping down, no, my pocket's grown. You can't stop the show, so get rockin' on. So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. Taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about you, I ain't never. So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up.
We are live with Nemesis here in the CWL. My name is Alexander Shaw and I am joined by Jay Jones. Jay, we have an absolutely great night of action for everyone here.
Indeed we do. And that action is going to be starting off here with...
I believe we've got a pseudo rematch from last week coming up next. Yes, we've got Buzzsaw Briggs versus Brian Adams. Now, these two faced off in a Fatal 5-Ways tables match last week. And even though Buzzsaw Brian Briggs won, it was really Brian Adams who eliminated almost every other competitor. So really, it's sort of an even match.
I'm going to go ahead and say he actually did. He got 3 eliminations, and Brian Briggs eliminated Brian Adams there at the end.
Yeah, so many considering that stealing a win. Buzzsaw looking to prove he doesn't need to steal anything. He's just that damn good.
The opening match of Nemesis is set for 1 fall. Introducing first, weighing 245 from Houston, Texas, the Buzzsaw, Brian Briggs.
Okay. Buzzsaw making his way down to the ring, and you know, it seems to be a close matchup here tonight, Jay. I've got to ask, who do you have going into this one?
Brian.
Oh, that's profound. You know, I've got to be honest though, I've got to disagree. I've got to think Brian, you know, he had a good showing in that match, and although many say he didn't necessarily win, he kinda did.
Yeah, but I think Brian's gonna win. He got most of the eliminations last match. So I gotta say I got Brian winning this one.
But at the same time, Brian got a lot to prove here tonight. I mean, this is, I think, his 3rd match of the season, and he's looking to go 2 for 1.
And his opponent, weighing 208 pounds, from Dallas, Texas, Brian Adams.
Brian making his way down to the ring, and I've got to say, Brian has had an okay start to the season.
Had a great start last match in that Fatal 5-Way, eliminating everyone but Brian in that match.
Yeah, and you gotta feel this has been eating away at Brian for the entire week, and You know, he was doing great. He won his debut match on Nemesis. He made it to the semifinals of, sorry, not his debut match on Nemesis, but he took John Spikers to the limit in his debut match. He made it to the semifinals of the world title tournament and then eliminated three people last week. You've got to feel big things are in this man's future for Brian.
I gotta say, Brian does have some big things in his future. We'll see if we can pick up this win on Brian here tonight.
I will say no disciples coming out with them. I feel like this is going to be a very, neutral territory ground match. You know, no one from Buzzsaw's side, no one from Brian's side. This is just going to be one-on-one fight. Or maybe it's not. Oh, run for the schoolboy there into a power bomb.
Brian with the power bomb there. Brian with the corkscrew.
Yes, now Brian kicked to the chest, and I've got to say, you know, he was for a long time sort of the loner of the disciples because he was over on Vindication when the rest of the disciples were on Nemesis, but now he's here, he's competing to the best of his abilities, and you know, he left Vindication on a win, and I think he's looking to keep that ball rolling here on Nemesis.
Yeah, especially, speaking of rolling, did you just see that roll by Brian after bouncing off his back and a big back body drop there? A big jab. Good for the knee. Big punch to the face, and then, DDT spiking him to the floor.
You know, one thing I've noticed about Brian here is, you know, he's a very almost honest in his offense. You know, he's not going to put you in any submission holds. He's not going to low blow you. He's going to punch you. He's going to brawl you. And he's going to pick you up and hit you with that buzzsaw bomb. But he's very approach heavy. He's not very much, you know, I'm going to try and sneak one out.
And another pickup from the floor powerbomb there.
Yeah, and like just the strength of Brian, and now walking Brian into a Boston Crab.
Brian getting out of it, sweeping his feet. And a big kick to the stomach, misses. Big clothesline by Brian.
Yeah, setting him to the ground, and now, a clothesline for Brian, sending Brian to the outside, and now Brian looking to risk it all.
Big splash.
But if you look, he caught him with the knees there, almost like he caught him with almost like a code breaker looking move there.
Then snake eyes on the apron by Brian. Now Brian kick, elbow.
And the way he landed there, it won't take the wind out of you as much as how someone might normally land there, fully stomach first. But that could lead to a different injury, could lead to, you know, a hurt like hip bone or a fractured pelvis. But right now, it's Brian trying to get out of it, and he's connecting with these strikes. And now going to the outside. Goes for the headbutt, but Brian able to dodge. Now Brian laying in the strikes, picking up Brian by the back of his head and tossing him to the outside.
Brian follows. Picks up Brian. Irish whip into the ring again. Brian gets up fast though. Big strikes by Brian.
I've got to ask you, Jay. Oh, the second cutting edge.
Just be it one.
Brian,
one count.
I've got to ask you, after the absolutely hellacious battle these two engaged in last week, who do you think is coming in, you know, the most damaged?
I'm gonna have to go ahead and say Brian Adams, considering Brian didn't actually get
Jesus! I don't think it matters who is most damaged. I think right now it's Brian, as he just got spiked into the pavement. And I think able to connect the back elbow, but Brian might be knocked for a loop there. He was just dropped on his neck. But now, check out another cutting edge. And immediately into the cover here. 1, 2, not enough.
Kick out. Brian cannot believe that Brian kicked out from that.
He's got to be looking for the buzzsaw bomb. That's what he's going to take to put Brian away at this point. Now, I think he's calling for it here. Calling Brian to his feet. Brian, ready and poised to strike. Kick to the gut. Lifting him up.
He gets out.
Lifting a buzzsaw bomb, but Brian able to punch his way out of it here. Lifting him up onto his shoulders. And there, sort of a spinning air raid bomb into the cover. 1, 2, no.
Brian kicks out.
And forced to roll out of the ring. He might have just kicked out on instinct.
Yeah, can you believe that Brian really got out of the buzzsaw bomb there?
Yeah, I think if that had connected, that'd be over. It'd be done. But luckily for Brian, that was not the case.
Luckily indeed, and now Brian haunting Brian, and Brian with the jawbuster there with the rope.
Oh, and now package position. Package pile driver. And into the cover. 1, 2, 3. Brian Adams picking up the win. And I think Brian,
right.
Yeah, Brian might need to go see a doctor. He was dropped on his neck a lot of times. There we see the cutting edge. Cutting edge not able to do it. And I think after we saw Brian Adams get out of the buzzsaw bomb, was all Adams from there on out, and he was able to pick up the win here tonight. But again, I think just like last week, it was a match that could have gone either way. These two so evenly matched.
And there we see the Gotham driver that ended the match.
Brian Adams.
And now coming up next, we have our second battle between Disciples and Rebellion as Alexander faces Daniel Chandler. And, many say Daniel Chandler is the reason Alexander lost his first round match in the World Title Tournament. And Alexander, he's looking for revenge. He is looking to end the Disciples, and he's sort of got his bit of revolutionaries backing him up.
The following match is set for one fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 145 pounds, from New York City, the man known as Alexander.
Alexander making his way to the ring, and I've got to say, we've seen quite a lot of talent from Alexander, but after his loss from Brian Adams, we have not seen him since. Got to wonder, maybe his win against TNS might have been a one-hit wonder.
I think it very well could be, but I think here tonight Alexander's going to put that rumor to sleep.
At the same time, though, Alexander has a win over the #1 contender for the world title. Should DMS beat Rank win next week, we could be looking at our next challenger for the world title.
And his opponent, from London, England, representing the Disciples, the Whitechapel Killer, Daniel Chandler.
Make his way down to the ring, the Brawler. of the Disciples, Daniel Chandler. And I've got to say, he might be the most dangerous man in this group.
Very well could be, but we also saw last week another dangerous man of that group, Ryan Blaze.
Yeah, Ryan Blaze, sort of sleeper member of the Disciples. Not brought out all the time, but when he does, he shows up. And Daniel Chandler also showed up last week because he helped the Disciples pitch a shutout against Nitro and the War Boys. But tonight, it's not 3-on-3. There's no Disciples. There's no Revolutionaries. There's no War Boys. It is just Daniel Chandler versus Alexander. And I suspect this one not to be a wrestling match, but to be a brawl. These two getting ready. Alexander, Daniel, ring the bell as this one gets underway. Color over tired. Alexander getting control early on, but Daniel Chandler able to get around and get back control. Now sending him to the ground, now putting him into a headlock. Daniel Chandler looking to squeeze the life out, but Alexander now, he is the one squeezing life out of Daniel Chandler, and these two are back at a stalemate.
Sending him into the corner there. Oh, power bomb.
Ooh, went for Hurricane Rana, and Daniel Chandler denied him. And now goes for a schoolboy. Looking to steal one here. No, just a 1 count.
Could you imagine what that would have done for the Revolutionaries if that would have happened right there?
Well, not only to lose 2 matches tonight, but also, you know, to lose so quickly for Alexander, definitely not a good look. Now, it appears that Sicario will be facing Flapjack Carter next week on the Super Show, but, you know, if Alexander and Buzzsaw aren't able to pull their own weight, this Revolution could be a moot point.
And we see Alexander in control here. Now Daniel Chandler gets kick caught and sends him down to his stomach. And you see the one-legged Boston Crab here. Could Daniel Chandler grab those ropes? It kicks right out of that.
Yeah, I have a feeling Alexander, being a Revolutionary, knows a lot about Boston, but right now Daniel Chandler, he doesn't necessarily come from Boston. He comes from the good old UK, and I think the UK aren't necessarily too fond of revolutionaries as is.
Big knee there by Daniel Chandler.
Chandler, like I said, he's a bit of a brawler, a bit of a striker, just wanting to torture his opponents.
We've definitely seen that here tonight. Big Hurricane Rana there by Alexander.
Yeah, catching him off guard, not able to get into a powerbomb this time, but now catching him with these strikes. And now another headlock, slowing the pace back down, and I think this is smart. We've seen the high-octane offense of Alexander before, and I don't think Daniel Chandler wants to give Alexander even an inch in this one.
I think you're right there. Elbow's getting out of that headlock. Rolls him up.
Schoolboy of his own. Wait a second. Big, almost a schoolboy suplex there. Now, showing a big face buster from Alexander, continuing the assault here, not giving him an inch to breathe.
Sitting back off those ropes.
Now, the call for the end here, setting him up. The Revolution into the cover. One,
two. Kick out at 2.
The Revolution rookie not able to pick up the win just yet. Now Chandler fighting from behind here. Sends him into the corner, trying to get the match back into his favor. Goes for a scoop slam, but Alexander has him caught there. Now a Hurricane Rana setting him to the ground, and this is what I mean. The high-octane offense of Alexander can be so dangerous. But there we see just stuffing him there with that big boot. And Chandler trying to stuff out the Revolution right now.
And stomping him down like once again. Now telling him to bring it while he's on the floor.
And then a lariat sending him to the ground. These two just going tit for tat right now.
Big
Another
clothesline by
clothesline.
Chandler.
Targeting the knee, trying to slow him down into the cover. That could be enough. No. Lifting him up now. Oh, sends him into the corner. Oh, went for a big spinning elbow, but Alexander misses. Immediately back to his feet. Chandler ducks out of the way of that Hurricane Rana. Lifting him up. Whitechapel drop.
Into the cover. 1, 2. Alexander barely kicks out. Daniel Chandler cannot believe it.
The Whitechapel drop was not enough to put him away, but now looking to maybe set him up for the 1888.
He does. I think that's going to have to be it for Alexander. Let's see.
As he spikes him into the mat, the 1888 might get him to 1, 2, 3.
Oh!
No! Alexander
Kick out at 2.
keeping the Revolution alive right now. And Chandler looking to fight back here, looking to not give him a moment. But Alexander fighting it. These two just going back and forth, an even match contest so far. Gotta say, Chandler not wanting to give up his hot streak, but at the same time, Alexander, he does not want the Revolutionaries to lose yet another match here tonight. So both these men desperately trying to stay alive in this match, and now Chandler
Using the ropes.
No. Goes for maybe a Mitchell driver there, and another big boot stuffing him down. And now maybe calling for the Revolution once more. Kick to the gut.
And he is there. I think that might be it. Let's see. 1, 2. And he kicks out at 2 again.
2 Revolutions, and it is yet to put down Daniel Chandler. Now, wrenching the arm, trying to take away some of the strength of Chandler. Picking him up. Clothesline. Clothesline again, firing himself up here. Big stinger splash in the corner. Oh, ducks the clothesline in his own. And another one, and tipping up Alexander, firing himself up here. And here we see the Yorktown bomb. That's a Yorktown facebuster. And then to the cover, 1, 2.
Kick out at 2 once again.
What is Daniel Chandler made of? Now, third time lucky maybe for Alexander. Kick to the gut. A third Revolution. Into the cover. 1, 2, 3. As Alexander picks up the win. Tying it up for the Revolutionaries here tonight. It took a lot to put down Daniel Chandler down. It took 2 Yorktown faces, 3 Revolutions, and Daniel Chandler, I think maybe if he had landed one more 1888, that would have been all over.
I thought that first 1888 was it.
Yeah, me too, but Alexander, the
The winner
Revolutionaries
of the
just
match,
one win.
the man known as Alexander.
Up next, we've got Scout McKenzie versus Adisa Langaro Kike. Now, it appears that Scout McKenzie may very well be Cal Valent's next challenger for the Super Show, but after Adisa's match last week, we could very well be seeing the number 1 and number 2 competitors going at it. If Adisa wins now, you can't deny she has earned herself a title shot.
The following match is set for one fall. Introducing first, weighing 164 pounds. From Manila, Philippines, Mackenzie.
Scout Mackenzie making her way down to the ring, and it's always a rare sight to see Scout Mackenzie without the openweight title, or any form of title for that matter, around her waist. And now, though, it may not be too much longer, as she apparently poised to face Cal Valen very soon. And, you know, many say that Scout Mackenzie was Cal Valen of Vindication for the longest time, and could very well see a dream match for some people. This match has happened before, but there is a very different Scout Mackenzie, and this is a very different Cal Valen. It'll be very interesting to see how things turn out.
And her opponent, weighing 113 pounds. From Botswana, Africa, Adisa Lengao Okeke.
And making her way to the ring, Adisa. Crawling up those stairs.
Adisa making her very cinematic as always entrance, but I've gotta say, she's someone who's always been just under the top tier of Nemesis competitors, and we saw her go up a bit around Supremacy and then fall back down once again. We could very well be seeing a resurgence if she won last week and if she can win tonight. And this is a completely fresh matchup. Scout Mackenzie and Adisa have never gone one-on-one. This will be an interesting match, to say the least. A very refined and technical competitor, Scout Mackenzie, versus the animalistic Adisa. And now these two getting ready as this one gets underway.
Tying
Oh,
up.
tie up. And Scout Mackenzie maybe showing a bit of the power advantage.
German into that corner. Now just taking her down.
Jeez, this has been an aggressive start for Scout McKenzie. More aggressive than I think we've ever seen her.
Got her by the head there. Adisa getting out, slapping the hand, and then clothesline.
I think Adisa might have been caught off guard there. The shove and immediately into the German suplex, catching her head on the bottom turnbuckle. Scout McKenzie might be out for blood here tonight. Now, off the ropes, and a big drop kick to the side of the head. Scout McKenzie showing she's not just a technical wrestler, she can kick your head off as well.
Indeed.
Now working the arm of Adisa, looking to get her ready for the Silence Wife as matching ring submission hold. Now goes for belly to belly suplex, but Adisa able to block it there. Big drop kick to the back of Scout McKenzie. Adisa desperately trying to get back into this matchup right now. And I've got to say, Jay, with someone who, again, is usually not this, is much more technical, much more high-flying like Scout McKenzie, were you expecting the start we saw tonight?
No, no, I wasn't expecting that, but I do think she might be sending a message to Kel Valen that she is ready for this match.
That's true, but Adisa trying to make a bit of a comeback here. You know, not someone you can ever take lightly here on Nemesis. Just wrenching the head of Scout McKenzie. And Scout now back to her feet. Gotta say, Scout definitely has the power advantage and the size advantage over like Adisa.
True. But I think Adisa might have the speed. Not sure.
And that's definitely something that Scout McKenzie is not used to. She's used to being one of the quicker members of the roster. Someone like Adisa might be able to take her by surprise.
Man, one count there.
And there we saw Adisa maybe trying to get a quick pinfall out of nowhere, but not to be. Now setting up for another Hurricane Rana. Taking her to her feet, sending her off the ropes. Goes for a drop kick, but Scout McKenzie able to dodge out of the way. Another German suplex. European uppercut. Now, Scout McKenzie sending Adisa onto the apron. To the outside goes Scout. Picking her up. Back inside. And now, going to the top rope. Could be looking for Apollo 11 already. No, goes for the elbow drop. Nearly connecting over halfway across the ring to the back of Adisa. Of only a 2 count for Scout. Spanish fly from McKenzie. I've got to ask you, Jay, if you're Kel Valen, what do you have to be thinking right now? As she locks in, the Silence Wife has matching rings.
We see Adisa tap here. She's struggling and fighting.
And yes, forced to give up is Adisa.
This match definitely sent a message to Kel Valen to watch out for her title.
Yeah, I mean, to reiterate the question, but if I'm Kel Valen, I just watch that frankly dominant display from Scout McKenzie. What's got to be running through your head, especially after Adisa took you to the limit not that long ago?
I couldn't tell you. I gotta say that I'm sure Kel Valen is training really hard for that match with Scout, but that's just gotta make her rethink everything.
There we see it. One of the most deadly submission holds in all of the CWL. The Silence Wife has matching rings, and it put her away quick. And if she locks in on Kel Valen, Could very well see a new champion.
The winner of the match, Scout McKenzie.
And up next, we've got a rematch from last week, from Table Week. We've got Team Star Destroyer versus the Truthless Heroes. And Truthless Heroes, they're claiming that the only reason that Star Destroyer was able to beat them was because it was a tables match. And Truthless Heroes, they've challenged them to a rematch. Star Destroyer is accepted. And this one promises to possibly be our match of the night candidate.
The following match is a tag team match set for 1 fall. Introducing first, the team of Dylan Vincent, the Starfield, the Star Destroyer.
Me. Now Dylan Vincent in the ring, making his way to the ring. The Starfield. These two were started off as single competitors, but as of late they've been gaining a lot more chemistry as a tag team.
Yeah, I feel like ever since they were able to pick up that win in the tag team turmoil tournament, they then proceeded to win the tag title. And you know, ever since then, even though it was a bit rocky at start, they've been holding their own with the best of the best in the tag division. You know, Jay, after what we saw last week, and gotta ask, do you think that Star Destroyer only won because of the tables, or are they just better than the Truthless Heroes?
I think it might have been because it was elimination. Considering once one goes out,
got to them?
I think that is what it was.
And the opponents, at a combined weight of 430 pounds, the team of Connor Gates, the Wolf of War, William Black, the Truthless Hero.
And making their way to the ring, Connor Gates and William Black, the Truthless Heroes.
Now, William the Wolf Black had a phenomenal Season 2, and Connor Gates had a great one as well. And so far, they have just not been able to replicate that success just yet here for Season 3.
Yeah, and you also got to think William Black is definitely going to prove something, especially being an early exit in that tag tables match last week.
Connor Gates able to tie it up in the end, but they did not end up winning, and it could very well just be William Black got taken out extremely early. Tonight, however, William Black goes out like a buster in a couple minutes. That's it. Star Destroyers win, but Connor Gates will be able to maybe save him a bit easier here tonight.
Dylan Vincent reverses that just face buster. Dylan Vincent bridges it. One count there. Connor Gates kicks out. Now you gotta ask, Alex, who's your pick to win this match?
Well, the Star Destroyer, they've been getting more and more chemistry, and the thing is, Connor Gates, he's used to tagging with Alex Reeves, but Alex Graves is gone from the Truth Heroes. It's him and William Black now, so it could be a very rare case where maybe Star Destroyer might have more chemistry than the Truthless Heroes here. So I'm going to go with Star Destroyer in this one.
I think I'm going to have to agree with you, especially after coming off that win. That must have gave them a lot of morale as a team.
Definitely, and Connor Gates just not able to get anything going right now, and him and Dylan Vincent, the only man in this match not to have been put through a table last week. He's got to be the freshest competitor.
Yeah, whips him into the corner there. You see him tag William Black. Maybe looking for a little bit of a tag team move here. Drop toe hold and elbow drop right on the lover's back of Dylan Vincent.
The most vicious move in tag team wrestling today, that drop toe hold elbow drop. That's why everyone uses it, Jay. It's just so destructive.
I guess.
But
oh, tornado DDT there by Dylan Vincent. Not going to get that tag. Now we have the Starfield, and with William Black. William Black gets him up on the shoulder and throws him out of the ring.
Just, I thought he was going to hang him up to dry, but no. Power slam to the outside. That's not a short fall, ladies and gentlemen. That is quite the impact right to the spine.
Looks like William Black fighting out of that. Big elbows to the gut. This punch reverses. Starfield gave some strong.
William Black. You've got to feel for many in CRO. This is a dream match. William Black, one of the more dominant Nemesis competitors in Season 2. And Starfield, the most dominant competitor in Season 1, period. Now these two going at it in tag action. Maybe one day we'll see a singles match between the two.
Oh, big DDT there. Remember that we have that 20 count, so these guys can be out there for up to 20 seconds instead of 10.
Well, I mean, they say 20 seconds, but referee there's kind of counted a little slow there, ref. Chop, chop, okay? We've got places to be.
Starfield looks like he's taking control of William Black here. Big uppercut to the gut.
These two just striking it out. And Starfield maybe looking for a count out here. No, Dylan Vincent. I think Starfield just looking to get a tag out to Dylan Vincent, get the fresh man in, and now continuing to attack William Black on the outside.
Iron's carry. And Dylan Vincent got him up. Oh.
Dylan Vincent. Big elbow to the back of the head of back elbow to the head of William Black. Now slamming him against the apron, the hardest part of the ring.
Now Dylan Vincent is also now controlling William Black. Throwing him in finally. William Black getting up quick though. You see the power by Dylan Vincent there. Roll up, hip up, enziguri by Dylan Vincent.
Getting that enziguri with the quickness there from Dylan Vincent, and that's one of the reasons why he can be so dominant, is he can just keep on his opponent. And now looking to get the win there, but no, not enough. Headlock from Dylan Vincent, choking the life out of William Black.
William Black fighting out. Irish whip to his corner. Big knee. Dodges. Elbow to the thigh there. Gets him up. Then sends him back down.
If I'm William Black, I need to be thinking about making a tag sometime soon. He has been in there for a while. Connor Gates probably the freshest man at the moment. And so just not giving him the chance to make that tag.
Now Dylan Vincent feeling himself.
Yeah, mouthing off to the crowd, mouthing off to Connor Gates. Now Black taking that moment of arrogance to get control. Big right sends him down to a knee. And now Dylan Benson sending him into the corner. Big knee strike. But Black comes back up to meet him. And Tiger suplex into the cover. 1, 2. Leg drop onto Vincent to break it up.
Now Starfield going after Connor Gates. Big Olympic slam. Him rolling out of the ring now. Now Dylan Vincent goes under and then gets clotheslined by William Black. I think William Black has been a majority of this match.
Yes, but the issue is he's able to fight back, but he is the much weaker man at the moment. He needs to get a tag to Connor Gates, but Gates is down on the outside. Maybe he's looking to prove he can do it himself, setting him up for the blackout, kick to the gut, hooking the arms.
Blackout!
The blackout connect. And Benson is down into the cover. Starfield is right there to break it up.
Starfield. Oh, big backbreaker.
Not
tag now.
Going over to the corner, but Gates was not there. He was busy with Starfield on the outside. And by the time he was there, Dylan Vincent had already got to his feet and the moment had passed. But Black now has another chance to make that tag. Vincent sending him to his own corner, and now it's Vincent unable to make the tag, connect with the knee.
Happening by William Black.
And I think Connor Gates was taken out by Starfield there, so he couldn't tag, but now Black tried to sneak out a win there, not able to do it. Pop-up drop kick from Vincent, now keeping the move, keep the energy going. Big knee into neck breaker combination.
Clothesline by William Black. William Black needs to get a tag. This match might be over.
Or maybe he's just gonna choke him out. The Wolf Clutch is locked in, center of the ring. Starfield not coming in to save him at the moment. Will Dylan Vincent tap out, and he does. I think William picking up the win.
William Black staying in there, I think, maybe to prove himself after the early exit in that tables match.
That could very well be it, wanting to prove that his dominance in Season 2 was not just a fluke, it was not just a luck. He is still that same hunter, and the hunter got his prey here tonight.
The winners of the match, the team of Connor Gates, the Wolf of War, William Black, the Truthless Hero.
Coming up next, we have another rematch from last week. We have Quinn Edwards versus Kaylin. Now, a lot of controversy last week as Kaylin did a hip toss to Quinn Edwards, landed directly on the table, but the table did not break, and Quinn Edwards was able to make the comeback to win. Kaylin now looking to prove herself. She got the first fall. By many rights, she should have won. Let's see if she can do it in a standard match here tonight.
The following match is set for one fall. Introducing first, Quinn Edwards.
And now making her way to the ring, Quinn Edwards. This match happened because Kaylin called out Quinn, saying that it was luck that Quinn Edwards won that match and wanted her one-on-one.
And her opponent, Kaylin.
Now making her way to the ring, Kaylin, the one that wanted this match, out here to prove that she can win one-on-one with no tables. If it would have been a 2 out of 3 falls match, Kaylin would have won, but unfortunately for her, it was. So let's see if she can prove herself here tonight.
Well, the thing is, though, about the whole 2 out of 3 fall thing, is that it's all about pacing, and a singles match and 2 out of 3 falls match is completely different. The first fall in 2 out of 3 falls match, your competitor has to always be thinking that there's another fall after this. There's a bit less pressure to get that first fall.
Now walking up here, Quinn
So with it all on the line tonight, it'll be interesting to see what they get to do.
Kaylin getting pushed into the corner there, and Quinn Edwards with the cheap shot to Kaylin. Now walking up once again, pushing her back into that corner once again. See if Quinn hits with another cheap shot, and she does. They lock up again, and now Kaylin pushing Quinn to her corner. Just pushing her. Now the ref's getting into this again.
And another cheap shot. Edwards taking these pot shots at Kaylin. And now Kaylin laying in some actual strikes here. But Quinn Edwards able to knock her down pretty quick.
Now Kaylin whipping her into the corner there. Big drop kick. Now swinging neck breaker by Kaylin, sending Quinn down to the floor, bringing her back up. Jawbreaker there by Quinn. And then we see the calf kick by Edwards. Kaylin is down. Double stomp by Quinn Edwards and kick back down. Quinn is on a roll right now.
Yes, right now, Quinn in firm control of the matchup. Kaylin has not been able to get too much going. Oh, now as I say that, commentator's curse, she gets hit with that Hurricane Rana does Edwards, but Edwards is right back up.
Edwards grabbing that head of Kaylin. Now, bit of a stunner to the arm there. Not getting Kaylin up on the shoulders. Kaylin down.
Now Kaylin stomping her into the mat over and over. The repeated stomps to the chest.
Now just stomping her. Kaylin twisting that arm and grabbing the fingers of Quinn. So big knees to the back there, rolls through. Picks her up. Jawbreaker by Quinn once again. This press. Big strikes to Kaylin.
Now into the cover, center of the ring. Not enough damage done yet. Could have just been trying to get some energy out of Kaylin there.
Right now, who's your pick for this match, Alex?
I mean, I've got to be honest, Quinn Edwards has been in firm control for the longest time. She seems like she has Kaylin's number at the moment. It's going to take a bit of a comeback for Kaylin to get back into this one.
Quinn catching that kick. Kaylin catches the kick. Now they lock up again. Quinn pushes her off. Kaylin, big forearm strike. Kick to the gut. Now, Quinn Edwards, suplex. Didn't bridge it.
Like almost like an exploder northern suplex there. And now, lining her up. And a big knee to the side of the head win.
This be it. 1, 2. Kick out at 2. Kaylin kicks out. Quinn cannot believe that Kaylin just kicked out there.
Now Quinn bringing Kaylin to her feet. Kaylin, though, connects with the kick. But immediately stopping her there. Half Nelson driver.
1, 2, 3.
And Quinn Edwards picking up the win, proving last week was not just a fluke, and building some major steam here in the Nemesis Women's Division. It seemed like at every point in this match, every time Kaylin began to get a little bit of offense, Quinn Edwards just had the answer. She did not let Kaylin breathe in this matchup without attacking her for it. Quinn Edwards picking up the win.
The winner of the match, Quinn Edwards.
Now we have our main event of the evening. Noah Morgan versus Jim Lightsell. And I've got to say, Jim Lightsell, no opponent thus yet for the Super Show. Noah Morgan, if he picks up the win here tonight, could very well be that opponent. And we've seen Morgan be on a bit of a renaissance as of late. Lost to BMS in the finals of the World Title Tournament. So he doesn't get a World Title shot, but he does get a shot against the Twitch champion.
The main event of Nemesis is set for one. Introducing first, weighing 207 pounds, from Gladstone, Queensland, Australia, Noah Morgan.
Noah Morgan making his way down to the ring, and he seems to be on a roll as of late. You know, he may have lost to BMS, but that does not deny that he has been nearly unstoppable for a couple of months. And Jim Lightsell, you know, he's been shown to be very dominant, but he's also been shown to choke at very key opportunities. That could happen here tonight, and no one can take advantage of it.
And his opponent, weighing 241 pounds, from San Rafael, California, your Twitch champion, Jim Lightsell.
The Masked Lemon making his way down to the ring. And I've got to say, Jay, he has what many would consider a come-up story. I mean, losing his first 8 or so matches here in the CWL, and now Twitch champion. He is looking to make Season 3 much bigger than his Season 2 was.
Yeah, he could definitely be up there for most improved, I think.
Absolutely, and you know, he won the Twitch title at the end of Season 2. He's defended it once already. Defends it twice, gets his rematch should he ever lose it. And you've got to feel, considering he has been very possessive of that title, he's going to want that rematch as soon as he can get it. Another thing to keep in mind is that Lightsoul's coming off of a win back at XL, whereas Nora Morgan's coming off of a loss. So Morgan has a lot more to gain here tonight than Lightsoul might. And gotta ask Jay, who do you got?
In this match, I'm gonna have to go ahead and say Jim Lightsoul.
See, more often than not, I would agree with Jim Lightsoul because he is a phenomenal competitor. My only issue with this is, again, Noah Morgan, when he wants something, is a very dangerous man. And I've got to say, after losing at Exiled, he wants this win.
That's also what I was going to bring up. If he really wanted to get to the world title, he would have won at Exiled.
That's true. It could just have been a mixed match of styles. BMS, very technical wrestler. Jim Lightsoul, he has a bit of a technical side, but he's more of a power guy. So Jim Lightsoul might be a bit more in Nora Morgan's element for this one.
Very well could be.
Jim Lightsoul finally gets into the ring, and now this one could get underway. Our main event of Nemesis. Jim Lightsoul, Noah Morgan. Let's get this thing started.
Automatically striking Jim Lightsoul.
Yeah, the strikes have started off hot and heavy already. And a couple of blows from Noah Morgan as well. Sends him into the corner.
And Noah Morgan. Jim Lightsoul throwing him over his shoulder.
This reminds me, neither of these men are small guys, so when you see these men get lifted, it requires a lot of strength. Just goes to show the power that both these men possess.
And it doesn't. Jim Lightsoul showing off a bit here.
Just the arrogance of Jim Lightsoul ever present, but we've seen it not necessarily pay off in the past, and there it cost him a kick to the head. Now picking up Morgan. Sends him off the ropes. And a big lights out there already. And Morgan kicking out not even a one from a lights out. Morgan not here to lose. We've seen that knee strike win matches for Lightsoul, and Morgan just kicked out of it like it was nothing.
Very impressive.
Now just tossed him like a sack of hot rocks.
And Lightsoul striking back and Noah Morgan. Big clothesline there.
And now, Lightsoul now, it's his turn to show off the power. Deadlift, military press slam. Now, Morgan fighting back up, sends him to the ground. To his feet, kick to the gut. And now, oh, a brain buster onto the knee. And now continuing the strikes to the head. Just laying in these elbows. Morgan is incensed and now into the cover. Just a one count. Lightsoul gets to his feet and Morgan rolling to the apron. Smart decision by Morgan. And now Inzagiri to Lightsoul.
Uppercut by Lightsoul.
Catches him. Off the ropes. Turning him around into a face breaker there. Kick to the gut. Lights out. A second one.
That's got to be it. 1,
Cover.
2. Kick out at 2.
I don't even know if that was a 2 count. His hand just barely hit the mat. Morgan, he's taking these lights out like they're nothing. And now, Fisherman's Buster there. And now it's Morgan dealing some damage to the dome of Jim Leitzel. But it could be Morgan. Gave Leitzel too much room to breathe. Brain Buster from Leitzel. Leitzel, they're trying to get some energy back, slowing down the pace of the matchup.
Leitzel just wrenching the head. Goes for a forearm strike. Leitzel moves.
And now lifts him up. Life gives you lemons to Noah Morgan. And it could give the win to Jim Leitzel too. No! Morgan able to kick out. Leitzel not able to do away with Morgan just yet. Now eyeing him up. Knee strike into the neck breaker. Morgan though gets to his feet. Big shoulder tackle. Gets Leitzel to the ground. But Leitzel connects with the clothesline and again not giving Morgan any room to move. Oh, these two had a bit of a standoff there. Power for power, but Morgan able to trip him up.
Rolls him up.
Roll up. Roll up. No. German suplex from a roll up position there. Leitzel back to his feet though.
Getting into an accolade of sorts.
Yeah, camel clutch locked in. Wrenching on the back of Noah Morgan. Morgan.
And that takes some
out
power.
of it.
Grip. Snapmare.
And now it's Noah Morgan slowing down the pace of the matchup, blocking this arm bar. Maybe trying to make Leitzel tap. To wrench it, almost trying to break off the arm. And honestly, if he does do significant damage to the arm, that gets rid of a lot of the power of Leitzel. And speaking of power, lifting him up for your soccer street cutter from a deadlift into the cover. That could be it. 1, 2, no.
Kick out at 2.
Morgan displaying the power. And now I think he's calling for the end. But Leitzel able to keep roll through. Kick to the stomach. A third lights out.
That's got to be it. That's a 3 count.
Clear enough. 1, 2. No. I think he's going to keep going though. Looking for maybe the life gives you lemons. Lifting him up. Life gives you lemons to Noah Morgan. Into the cover, and that's gotta be it. 1, 2, 3. Jim Leitzel picks up the win in an extremely hard-fought contest. That was a match that could have gone either way at any time there, Jay.
Indeed it was. A lot of fight out of Noah Morgan, proving himself worthy of maybe getting a Twitch title shot sometime here in the future.
Yes, but at the same time, Leitzel taking up the win. And now he's got to wonder what's next on the horizon for the Twitch champ. And right here, you see that Usagi Street Cutter from the deadlift. I thought that was it. I think everyone at home thought that was it, but it was only 2. And that here's what is a third lights out. And even then, it was not enough to put Morgan away. Morgan,
The winner
it
of the
definitely was
main
not an
event,
easy match for Jim Lightsell.
Jim Lighthouse.
Anyway, that is all for us here tonight from Nemesis. I have been Alexander Shaw, and on behalf of Jay Jones and everyone here at the Cedar Hall, we bid you a very farewell adieu.